My body was killing me, and we didn't even know it. Between life and death, when you're scared to know the truth of what's really wrong with you because they don't write freak show stories like this, but you've been waiting for this moment your entire life. 2025 was the worst but best year of my life. Before we bought our precious Lhasa Apso puppy Teddy, it started with these weird, ever-changing purple marks on my left thumb, knowing I already had EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, a group of genetic disorders weakening connective tissue, causing symptoms like stretchy, fragile skin, hypermobile, loose joints that dislocate easily, chronic pain, easy bruising, and issues with the blood vessels or internal organs. I had the gut instinct that normal doctors wouldn't figure this out for me, considering 2 separate hospitals were baffled. So I found an EDS specialist, and the conclusion, not so shockingly, was I diagnosed with hEDS, hypermobile. This reaction in my thumb was a warning something was wrong. Along with a visible bone spur, the ultrasound showed us my joint in my thumb and my pointer finger was as flexible as a rubber band. As I looked to my fiance, I'm not so crazy after all. They performed a painful and expensive procedure called prolotherapy with a huge needle to strengthen my ligaments. I was supposed to have 4 more treatments until my face became so swollen from the inside you could see it from the outside. As I laid in bed for a month in pure agony, I begged for help because my body was killing me and we didn't even know it. Choosing to forfeit the treatments for my thumb and replace it for an even more expensive path of multiple different testings. The conclusion, I had a completely straight neck with instability as well. Most necks have a curve. This caused my jaw to completely compress my vagus nerve and jugular vein. My brain fluid was trapped in my head because of the jugular compression. My pupils were dilated, high eye pressure and brain pressure. It was so overwhelming to learn so much about my neck that day. Our heads were spinning. Next, we learned how to improve my neck curve from at-home therapies. It took hours of each day for 6 months to finally get to the goal. In between this period, I had my 4th colonoscopy with precancerous polyps, saved again after having a malignant tumor removed on my appendix that almost ruptured in my 20s. My dad died when I was 15 years old. He had colon cancer, which became worse after chemo. The tumor spread to his lungs and his brain. So it was a major blessing because the malignant tumor would have spread straight to my colon, where it all started with my dad. I've been trying to heal myself and my ligaments and joints with healing peptides instead of pain in an arm and a leg for the painful prolotherapy for my neck and my hand. The peptides are working since I don't have as many symptoms with my hand and my thumb, and I can't bend my pinky to my hand as far anymore. That proves it's strengthening my ligaments. Lastly, wishful thinking. I'm sure you've heard of low iron before, but have you ever heard of low ferritin? Low ferritin means it's your body's iron stores that are depleted, indicating iron deficiency, a state where there isn't enough stored iron to support vital functions like red blood cell production, leading to fatigue, weakness, pale skin, shortness of breath, and brittle nails, often progressing to iron deficiency anemia. So add that to the list of problems. I thank God to my hormone doctor for checking this for me. My iron levels were normal, but my ferritin is so low I'm almost anemic. I've been working on that, so other symptoms will hopefully soon fade. EDS can also be the cause of this because my body struggles to retain and absorb nutrients like a normal. That's the next puzzle piece to figure out. It hurts my pride realizing I can't be Miss Independent anymore. I physically can't do certain things with my hands anymore, and I have to ask for help like a cripple. It's soul-crushing stuff. But now it actually pisses me off after so many years I've wasted wishing for and not scared of death, because that's how bad I felt. Heaven sounded like the place I was meant to be, because it was hell on earth for me. And I'm not even talking about past traumas. After being on depression meds for a decade, because that's what the doctors were paid to do, not to get to the root cause. This was supposed to reverse suicidal tendency, but instead made them worse, medically numbing and distracting me from the things that are most important in life, family. I'm finally at the stage of life where your elders tell you that one quote when you're in your 20s. If you only knew what I know at my age, it finally makes sense. It takes half a lifetime of experiences to get there. Now, I fear death. I take pictures again. My sarcastic sense of humor is back. I'm more silly than miserable. I can be a better mother and future wife. Life isn't pointless anymore. I've lost 20 pounds, know how to take care of myself now through food, Maha baby, and not Big Pharma, who I despise since I was one of their victims. Taking care of my body physically. I've wasted enough time here on earth, and I can finally say I'm determined not to waste the dysfunctional life God gave me. God has showed me multiple times that He isn't done with me yet. And thank you to my future husband for always being there for me and taking care of me through these trying times. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be alive. When before I thought, if I didn't care, why would anyone else? Now I get to torture, love you for the rest of your life.